Greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. Jumping right on in here first, we want to clarify we're going to get a rune and a card of clarity and another rune for each position in your rune reading, and then at the very end, a card of clarity from an oracle deck. This week we're using the Soul's Journey Oracle deck. The tarot deck we're using is the Runic Tarot deck as usual. Okay, now we can get your rune for the energetic past. That's the rune of Pertho, uncovering mysteries. This is a blessing or challenge thereof of like a gamble, something where you didn't know what the outcome would be or could be, but you had a good idea what it could end up being, or maybe you didn't. But you know how it started. It's like maybe a friendly competition or a board game, rite of passage, something you're energetically invested in, a gamble or investment in, of that degree. And regardless of how you start off, you're twisting and turning, and you're making your bets, and you're adapting with these energies, and you're guiding it along. You come up shifted with that different sort of perspective, therefore being initiated through that sort of a process. So this is a blessing or a challenge through that, like uncovering of a mystery in that sort of a respect there. So take that how it resonates, leave what doesn't. This is clarified with King of Wands. King of Wands is some very powerful, very stoic, masculine, divine masculine energy is showing up with that very sure manifestation type of fiery energy, really driving home the point that this is like a new sort of a deal for you. So whatever this uncovering this mystery is kind of like a big step towards whatever it is that you're invested in. Whatever you're invested in is gonna, you are like this King of Wands energy in and through with it, being able to manifest and have a pretty good outcome through this, it looks like. And this is clarified with not really much clarification with Odin's rune. Not every reader does Odin's rune, but this is like the patch that covers Odin's eye is something that's hidden from you or something that you already know. So we'll get a rune of clarity at the very end from a completely different unused runic set here at the very end. So stay tuned for that, Virgo. I think, well, being that this is in your past and this is uncovering mysteries and King of Wands energy here, I think this is something that you have learned by now, that you've definitely uncovered by now, something you already know by now. Right now, though, is the energy of Othala. What is transitory versus what's perpetual? What's lasting? What is a good foundation for your legacy? What is that legacy you're building your life off of? What is lasting legacy you're going to leave behind for others to build their lives off of, right? What's healthy, what's true, what's good, what's stable for you to build your structure off of. With this energy, I think you're going into building a new foundation, building a new lasting legacy, leaving a good name or for yourself or something like that is what I'm getting. Knight of Swords energy, right after the King of Wands, like, yeah, you're done with that. You're like, whoosh, thank goodness I'm done with that. And we're, because you had your eyes set on this legacy work. So Knight of Swords driving the point home, like you're really like fully on board with this energy of communicating and receiving ideas on how to leave a lasting legacy or build your strength in your own legacy. Yeah. Yeah, make sure this is like a gentle kind of a lead and being able to be led kind of energy. We don't always want to be this Knight of Swords energy. Sometimes it's good to be led. Right, this is the horse rune of Ewas. This is that reciprocative leading and be led kind of energy, that divine pilgrimage energy. This is that energy where the spiritual recharging. So you want this to be like that legacy that is that energetic, it has to deal with that energetic source that's proven itself to you throughout many instances of your life, like man's best friend, the horse rune here. Interesting. Okay, let's see what's in your near future. Manas, more of a grounded sense of finding clarity with where you stand in your place in the world, where you find value, your definition of meanings, attachments to outcomes, sense of identity. Manas is the rune of mankind. When I see this in your future here, when you're building your legacy, I'm seeing as this is maybe you being able to open and change your mind and being open to adopt in new ideas to leave more stability and more clarity, add more clarity to your future. This is clarified by Eight of Swords. So this isn't like a whole the path is completely all set for you kind of energy. Be willing to change your mind because there is another option. There's not just these 8 swords around you. There's another option. There's another way of being. There's not all these attachments to these ideas and labels and ways of being for your place in the world, your sense of identity, sense of self-worth, programming attachments, things like that. There's another way of being. There's another way to do things. Hagalas, yeah, you're letting that go. You're letting those 8 of Swords go. And this is something where this is a divine mandate. This is divine's putting this 8 of Swords in your path, and it's going to be a big choice for you in your near future because you're focusing on this legacy work so much. But just know that this is not all doom and gloom. It's all being presented to you this way because divine will take care of this. Divine will take care of these 8 swords. You just got to let that hailstorm happen, like the tower moment, right? So you can work on that foundation and then get that clarity and that stability in the future. Know that there is another way of being and adapt into that. If you stick with these 8 of Swords, you're going to probably be swept away when divine comes with that hailstorm, that unintended eventuality. It's not an if, it's a when. This is calling you to make the smart move here in the future. Be willing to change your mind and be open to new ways of that. Okay, so regardless, we're still going to get what your outcome is for all of this and what let's get your influence energy here though first right now, Virgo. Gable, okay, that rune of stability, divine give and take, divine reciprocity, being challenged or blessed, but this is definitely influenced with the aspects of giving and receiving, divine reciprocity, right? Are there any energetic strings attached? Are there expectations on is it stable? Is it coming from a stable place? Are you communicating those sort of things well? So again, that's more of that influence energy, and right. Keep going there because usually the tarot deck is over there. 9 of Swords energy, kind of defeatist and very depressed energy right now. No wonder why you have 8 of Swords energy up here. Then that makes a lot of sense. So nine of Swords, very depressed, very like stuck, like in your head, like woe is me, or feeling maybe you're like maybe just really needing that downtime to like really honor this release, something that you're challenged with. Yeah. No, that 8 of Swords makes a lot of sense here, though. And this is divine coming up and saying, look, you have another opportunity to release all 8 of these swords by stepping into a new manas, a new sense of clarity and identity. And way of understanding things, or way of being, really. Yeah, influenced by your joy. Of course, we're always influenced by our happiness, our joy, our give and take. This might be breakup here. Nine of Swords, Moon, Joe, and Gable here. Yeah, could be breakup energy if that's you out there. My condolences, but we got to honor those things too. But I see you as finding that maneuver here to get out of your funk, so to speak, or to leave a better lasting legacy than what was put before you. Realizing that this is all happening for you rather than to you, right? That divine kind of, this was part of Hagalaz, right? That you're being influenced by it all along. That divine is like, look, I'm just going to take this out of your life because you have a new way of being at your doorstep, and I'm going to show you how to get there. Yeah. Okay, y'all, I can't make this up. You're in your advice position. Yeah, look at it as happening for you rather than to you. Let Hagalaz happen. Let the hailstorm happen. Let divine. This is like that tower moment in tarot. That'd be awesome if we got the tower card here too for clarity. Hagalaz, unintended eventualities, not an if or a when. It's a when. Like that natural disaster, like the hailstorm, like a car repair, like a home repair. Yeah. You found out something, and it challenged you in some way, and it really threatened your sense of your, or at least your attachment. Knight of Swords is like that ego energy too, of your like legacy work and your sense of like, oh, I thought this is that energetic source that's proven itself to me. I thought yeah, thought you were my Gibo, my energetic source. So yeah, let that happen. Queen of Swords reversed. Now is not the time for words. Not the time for arguing, bickering, complaining. Queen of Swords reversed kind of iterates like, yeah. Your intuition could be off right now, especially when it comes to communication. Be authentic and honor this moment. Yeah. Soilo is the sun. Honor the sun. You are the sun, right? Let the storm pass. Still be authentic. Realize that you can rise above and find your way out of those 8 swords, right? By adapting into your new way of being. You already know what that is. And you just got to let divine like do its work around you and in your life. Let it happen for you, not to you. Okay, Virgo. In your outcome, healthier steps, more momentum. Yeah, you're taking this abundance kind of feeling energy, this vitality and these healthy steps and that healthy momentum into better directions. That's why I see you stepping out of that 8 of Swords. That influence of Hagalaz still kind of echoing, like, yeah, this is a big moment in your life. But I see you adapting into like a better more grounded sense of clarity here. And this is like Uruz, the ox rune here, that these are going to be healthier steps here for you. There's going to be more momentum into some better direction here for you. Like you're kind of like, you might have been looking like, okay, when's this going to be over with kind of stuff. Soon, you're reassured it's soon. It's kind of nowish, but you're going to feel a lot healthier too in the outcome. Feel like this is all divinely guided, like this is like all by divine mandate. And you know what it was? This is the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it was all divinely guided. Everything in divine timing here, Virgo. And I think you're learning a lot of this, like recognizing the energies in your life. Yeah, it might suck to deal with it, but you're still like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. And you're like seeing it in a different aspect, and you're have this beautiful opportunity to build your legacy and to healthier directions here in your future. Yeah, and your outcome, yeah, you're uncovering more mysteries. You're taking another energetic leap, kind of echoing that. You took a leap kind of into a pattern here that you're closing off, and now this has caused another sort of opportunity for you to take another energetic investment, a gamble like the Wheel of Fortune here, that cycle of life kind of thing, right? What goes around kind of comes around kind of energy is what I'm getting. But you're recognizing a lot more of that, because not just because of your experience here, but because of your presence and your awareness, and you're showing up in your authenticity in this too, in healthy ways. But you got Pertho coming up here at the end here. You get to take that energetic leap again, and you have that opportunity to take that energetic leap into, choice is yours. Eight of Swords, Hagalaz, or kind of like Manas, being able to change your mind and adapt into a new way of thinking, being, practicing, believing. Yeah, it can be hard. It can be hard for a lot of us. Rune of Clarity from the energetic past, Divine Masculine, threatened. Yeah, King of Wands energy kind of clarified that too a bit. That's a very masculine kind of feeling energy. This is the god Ing's rune. Ing was, this is a rune of fertility. So this could be challenges too with fertility, with pregnancy too. But just take this how it resonates, y'all. This is what I'm seeing. But the God Ing's rune, Divine Masculine, that is kind of like it's more coming from that place of knowing that the seed is planted in fertile soil rather than guessing. It's knowing that the seed is going to open at the right time, it's going to grow roots, it's going to grow above ground at the right time, like that, rather than guessing and scurrying and reacting. And this is more responsive energy, like the healed aspects of ego. So again, this is all blessings or challenges thereof. I see this as more of challenge energy though, with Pertho here. Or maybe that's what kind of led you into Pertho, is that kind of maybe that needing the divine masculine healing kind of work brought you into that divine's like, okay, here we go. Here's an opportunity for you right here. You asked for it by making that decision. So here's your opportunity. Here's my response. The universe is at your door, and it's going to have that opportunity for you again. And you're going to recognize it this time. And it's going to be pretty amazing here for you, opportunity-wise, Virgo. The Soul's Journey Oracle deck is a card of clarity. Divine, please show us clearly. Okay, one card of clarity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was quick. This is discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. We're going to read about this card as soon as I find it. But that's a beautiful message here for you too. More discipline. We didn't get Tiwas in there too much, but it's always good to get this beautiful message. Again, at the bottom it says, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Now, Virgo, your soul has a goal, but it also has been it also chose to incarnate into a world of distractions. Earth is a dimension of obstacles and challenges, but you have been given discipline as your birthright. It is time to remind yourself that your soul has come back to this planet to learn. This is a great opportunity to reevaluate your priorities and go about your daily tasks with a new system of managing your life. instead of being the passive recipient of whatever comes your way. Now, Virgo, distractions can easily get us off the work of our soul, and if we give into this apathetic impulse, we can miss many well-placed, pre-planned teachings needed for our inherent growth. Learn that the satisfaction of a task completed is more emotionally rewarding than a task delayed. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.